Okay, good morning everybody. So here's another day in the office and we have something that's arrived over here. We have this Portkeys monitor and I'm quite excited to check this out. This is called Portkeys P6 3D LUT and waveform histogram monitor. Look at that. Comes in a hard case like that, and then underneath we have a few more cables and a little monitor arm. So it accepts up to 4K. The two cables that come with it are little HDMI. As you can see, look at that. It's like red, and let's have a look at this other side here. That's red as well. And then the other one is HDMI to micro HDMI. We have a bit of a shade going on over here, and then the monitor. I remember that smell. Apple 10 years ago when I got my first MacBook. Ooh, that is that same smell. So there's like these sides over here that are for these mounts. So if you want to put these mounts on, you have these like monitor sides over here, and then you can put this mount on over here. So from the top we have 4 function buttons for different shortcuts if you want to turn something on or off or something like that. There is on and off, so we just turn it on, plus and minus and menu. So it's a 1/4 inch thread on the side of the monitor here on the right, and then one on the bottom over here. So if you want to attach it any other way or any other fixings, you can do that. On the bottom we have a USB for some LUTs and things, and then on this side we have a DC port for if you want to power this monitor on like a power or DC power. Ooh. We have an HDMI in and out. There you go. Although one thing I do have realized is that there's a little bit of a black light bleed on the left side of the monitor. So when I'm just looking at the blacks that should be exactly the same on the side of the monitor, then there's like a little line of like a bleed that just kind of fades into the monitor. If you want to take this like shade off, the only option to do it is if you take all your cables off, and then you're gonna have to take the monitor side arm or mount off. So just been fiddling around with it a little bit, and here's like my first impressions. I found out that actually this USB-A port from the bottom, you can power it from a power bank. So let's say you run out of these batteries, you can power it from the power bank, which is helpful. On the back plate over here, there is actually a dual battery solution power option. What I mean by that is not by 2 power batteries, but there's 2 separate batteries you can put in there. Either the Canon E6 batteries, which go on this side, or the Sony NPF batteries that go this way, which I'm using at the moment over here, which is very, very clever how to pack like loads of features into a small size and add like these features. So if you're using Canon batteries and you're like, whoa, for example, Canon cameras, if you're using like any of the 60Ds, 70Ds, 80Ds, 90Ds, or even newer cameras, they still use the same batteries. I think even EOS R uses the same batteries. Don't quote me on that though. So you could use the same batteries that you use for your camera for your monitor. Let me turn my messenger silent because that is quite annoying. Also, there's quite a few monitoring assist features over here, very high-end ones as well. Some of them are like Luma waveforms and RGB waveforms, so if you want to see that, you see little Luma waveforms going on over there at the moment. Then there is false color, which I love a lot because there's a lot of different numeric values on the bottom, which means you can very easily kind of expose. So if you're looking for a certain value on the exposure, you can easily match this with these. Very helpful. If I didn't mention this already, you can actually put LUTs on here. As you can see at the moment, these pictures look the same because there's no LUT on here, but on here you can see there's picture profile 9, which is S-Log 3. So if we go here, a zooming setting, no, it was number 1. Yeah, LUT on. So now you can see you can put like built in, there was already a LUT in there, that was S-Log 3 LUT, easy switch on and off. Apart from that, it looks very light, and this is not my full review of this yet. Let me try this out a little bit and then get back to you when I've actually tested it a bit more. So hello my friends, it's been a week or 2 or a long time has passed since we unboxed it, did like a little first impressions of this, but now I've been using it and I've got some good reports to tell you and some of the things. So let's talk about it basically. First of all, I want to just mention this again, how small this monitor is. So I've got my phone over here, and as you can see, like my phone is bigger than this one over here. Obviously it is slightly thicker over here, but it is very, very small, very compact. So when I was using this with my A7S III, then it is so nice to have it on top of there. I didn't use a lot of these. I took it off straight away because first of all, the material of this shade doesn't feel very good, and just everything about it is a little bit cheap, and I just kind of haven't been using this. One of the main things that I found out about this monitor is that it automatically switches or flips the image around when you have it on. This is the only monitor, like a budget version of the monitor, that I have tried that does that. I know I've tried so many like more expensive monitors and they do not do that. If you can see on the top over here, check this out, boom, image is flipped. As you can see, it just flips the image, which is fantastic. If I'm going this way, I can see the image, you know, that way. So if you vlog in or whatever, you can easily flip it one way or the other way. It's fantastic feature. I haven't seen any other monitor do that. Now, when actually been using the monitor, I've realized that you're not going into the settings of the monitor that much. So, you know, the options that the menu settings or how you navigate in the menu isn't that bad, because once you've set up your function like quick shortcuts over here, you're just gonna use it like that. So for example, I think it's really good option for wedding filmmakers because it is very, very minimal. It's not heavy. It's not gonna add like a massive thing onto your setup. It is very small. And if you use one of these smaller size NPF batteries, the actual like physical size is very small on top of your camera, and you're not getting too much attraction. It's best like getting maybe some like a cable that's a bit shorter, because I've got a massive cable. I'd probably have to wrap it around and things like that, but you can get like a coil cable or something that goes on the side. But basically, if you are maybe a wedding filmmaker or whatever, then you'd probably just use like some of these main features. For example, LUT over here. LUT feature is so good. If you haven't tried exposing with a LUT a log footage on your camera, then it is fantastic. So what I mean is, if you're shooting log on the camera, for example, this over there is an S-log footage over there, and then if I just by one press of the button, boom, this is S-log to a Rec 709 LUT over there that was already in the monitor. I love it. I've been actually using it on some of the color grades on my actual videos because it was such a nice LUT. And if you have your own LUTs, you can put them on, and it's just, you know, map it to that button so that on one button with one button you can just have your LUT on and things like that. And then when I expose your log footage, boom, one press, and then you've got your final image and you can just get the exposure right so easy. Now, it is a shame that there isn't a touchscreen over here, because some of the Portkeys monitors come with touchscreen, because when you use the zooming function, it just zooms in the middle of the footage, so it's really not possible to move the zoom around, which is just a shame really, because I think when you're using like the zooming function on the monitor, you just want to zoom in or move around the image, which you can't do, which is a bit annoying. On the other hand, I'm very happy about the false colors, because some monitors that don't have these IRE numbers on the bottom over there, it is so hard to understand what does this false color mean. In fact, it renders the false color completely useless. So I'm happy to see these over there, and false color is one of the things that I'm using the most with exposing like assist features. I like that a lot. Also, the brightness of the monitor is not too bad. I was using this on like a bright sunlight outside, and it was better than using the Sony's like own built-in screen. So I'm happy about the monitor brightness as well. It's not like the brightest, but do you know what? I was very happy about it. So the conclusion is this: for £190 or dollars, depends where you're from. You know, check the links out in the description if you want to check this monitor out. It is fantastic for someone who wants to get like the smallest size, or someone who doesn't want their rig to get massive. It is really good monitor, like the smallest size, and it packs a lot of features, so it does help you. Okay, the image quality is very crisp and sharp. You can see it over there. One thing about the battery percentage over here, if you see over here, the battery percentage is in volts, which is like, I want to see how many battery percentage is left, or how long will I have the battery left. Also, if you're a Canon shooter, then you can just
slot your Canon batteries in the back over there, and you don't even have to carry extra batteries or different batteries on in your bag when you're a Canon shooter. So it is really good. Also, it could be quite good for vlogging and things like that, because you can add a microphone over here on this side of it, and it's not gonna add too much size to your rig. You just have it on here. The hot shoe, to have an extra hot shoe mount or cold shoe mount on the side is fantastic as well. The only kind of side thing or slight concern I have about this monitor when I've been using it is that I've noticed a slight bleed on the left side of the monitor. Now, I don't know if this is on all of the monitors, but on this side, there is a slight bleed of the monitor. When you can see over here that it makes it a little bit brighter just on this edge over here, but it doesn't happen on the bottom and top or on the other side, on the right side. I know we're in the conclusion, but one last thing I promise you is this on and off button on the top. It's very easy to operate. I like that it turns off and on quite fast as well. So it's off and then now on, what is it, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8. So about 7-8 seconds it turns on, which is quite fast as well. And it's very clear to see whether it's on or off on the top. When it's green, it's on. And then when you flick it off and it's red, you can easily see that's when it's on and off. So my friends, I am quite happy with this monitor. With its quirks or without its quirks, it's definitely worth the money. And for these specific users, hopefully you can kind of think about yourself, is that for me? Do I really need these features? And make that decision yourself. So guys, thanks very much for watching this video, and let me know if this is your kind of liking of monitor, if you would enjoy this monitor, or if there's anything else you would like to know about the monitor that I forgot to mention in the video. Comment below and then I'll sort you out over there, or we'll meet you down there in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.